Coming up tonight on The Local Game, we'll dissect the final rounds of the men's leagues, plus look into the final round of the women's leagues. Premiers have been decided, but we can't wait to talk about some big news as well on the show. And also Keko's Inbox makes a return. That's coming up tonight on The Local Game. Welcome to The Local Game. We are getting to the latter end of the season. A few more episodes left before we wrap up for season 2024, the first season of The Local Game. We thank you for joining us. It has been a great ride so far. We're heading into the finals now with the men's leagues. Only 1 week for the women's before finals as well in the Go Sunny Solid WNPL. A lot to get through today and some big news as well. A massive announcement to come in a second. But before that, I'm going to welcome into the show David Grant. Good to have you, mate.
What, there's an even bigger announcement than my welcoming?
Yeah, well, you're back from Bali only a few weeks ago, so good to have you back on board. How was that? You feeling refreshed?
Yes, I had a great little break and thoroughly enjoyed myself there.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Looking tanned. Looking tanned.
Looking very tarned. You've got a lot market on me.
You're looking tanned. Anyway, time for that big announcement. Should we make it?
Yep.
Some big announcement because we're heading into finals now for the men's league. So something huge happening the week of the men's final will be our second to last show of the year, which is going to be the grand final show. We're going to have a massive grand final show, an hour edition in front of a live studio audience. There's ways you can get an invite only. So keep an eye out for that in the coming weeks. We'll have more details. That is going to be the grand final show. The final week will be the grand finale, which I'll announce a little bit later on what's going to happen for that. But this one here will be in front of a live studio audience. The only time we can do that this season, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's something to look forward to. I'm super excited about it, Johnny. You've put a lot into it, so can't wait to see what you've got for us.
It's all coming, so keep an eye on social media, and also next week's show that we'll have more details as we head into that. So that'll be the week of the grand final of the men's grand final weekend. So that's coming up for that, but all big thanks to some big sponsors that are getting on board. 35 Sterling, you can go grab your coffee in Theberton at 35 Sterling Street, Theberton. Great place to get some breakfast, have a coffee with friends, and just even go for a solo coffee. Also, presentation season is happening at the moment, so AV Plus, your audio experts, get in touch with them today for your corporate event. Plus, if you need entertainment, Show Music and Entertainment, the home of Tom and Rose, Tommy Tequila, Electric Girl, and Dance Electric to get the party started. And also Macron Sports Hub. Get geared up for 2025 season. Now get in touch with Macron Sports Hub Adelaide today. Great to have all those sponsors on board. A big event requires some big support, so we do thank them for getting on board.
Absolutely, supporting us, supporting the game, supporting you. It's fantastic. So yeah, great.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So get in touch with them today. Support locals that support locals. And today is the local game. So let's get into the rest of the show now as well. Talking about local. We went out to a local game on Sunday to commentate. My third game of the weekend. I'm exhausted, but it was great fun. It was West Torrens Bekella, and one thing I learned from that game, I learn every game, and I learn ways to commentate, what things not to do. One thing I learned is that you don't know how to pronounce canapé. Let's have a listen to that.
That looks like canapes and salmon and everything down there.
What the hell what's canapes?
I don't know, I've seen it written down in fancy menus, but I have no idea what it is.
That's my phone just went flying. Canapes, you mean? Canapes. Oh my goodness. Alright, anyway, back to the football.
Do you pronounce it canapes, do you?
Sorry, anyone who's trying to watch the football? Canapes. Well, David, what happened there? You butchered it up a bit.
I did. I'm only human, I guess, and I could see the word written in front of me, and for some reason it was in my head that it was canapes, and as soon as you corrected me, I knew I was wrong. But I can't change it now.
Yep, that's it. Well, you can't, but anyway, it's there forever, and one thing that's there forever as well, something that happened not even 60 seconds later, is this.
I can honestly say I'm uncultured enough to have thought it was called canapes.
Oh no! Let's go.
Oh, we just lost all the table just fell over. This is not great.
I can honestly say I'm uncultured enough to have thought it was called canapes.
Oh no!
Oh well, there we go. David, the table literally just collapsed in front of us.
Yeah, I got to say, when I got there and I realised the table leg was a little insecure, I thought I must let Johnny know when he gets here that the table leg is a bit insecure. But the table's collapsed.
Well,
and the deck's hit the ground, and on the way down we've hit an effects button, and that's what you hear.
Yeah, you hear us saying, "Oh no!" You hear it again?
Oh no!
That's me in slow mo. I think it was a monster mode. Turn my voice into a monster. So there we go. Anyway, talking about that triggers a segment we'll bring it back later in the show. Keko's inbox makes a return because we didn't know what happened to the table, but someone sent something in that kind of puts the pieces to the puzzle together that shows why the table collapsed on us. So keep an eye out. Keko's inbox later in today's show will have the evidence as to why the table collapsed on us. Anyway, hot topics as well. We've got the one big hot topic this week is the young Matildas got selected. 3 South Australians getting on board as well, being selected. Grace Wilson from LA United, Amelia Murray, another South Australian, plus a South Australian that currently plays in the WNPL, LA Uni's Tanae Morris.
Yeah, fantastic for all 3 of them.
Yeah. Great, and Tanae as well, a South Australian playing in the WNPL, to have a representative like that on the national stage at the World Cup, under 20s World Cup. It's fantastic you look at where Uni are at the bottom of the ladder, but to have that there, it just shows for any of the young girls coming through the ranks that anything can happen.
Yeah, I think we've got the quality in that WNPL. We go out and watch games regularly, and there's plenty of talent there, so it's great that it's going to be shown in the world stage.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about, good segue, talk about Go Sunny Solar WNPL round 17 action. Second to last round of the week. Second to last round of the year before we head into the final round next week. Let's take a look at those results from the weekend. Well, some big results that happened over the weekend. West Adelaide got a massive 7-0 win over Sturt Lions. Sturt are desperate for their win, but they're lucky because Football SA NTC got the win 3-2 over LA Uni, which still secures them that place in that spot of promotion playoff, not having to get automatic promotion. Uni still take that up. But the one we're going to talk about is the one that we went to on the weekend, West Torres Bacala, 6-0 win over Flinders United. A big win. Flinders are safe no matter what. They can't make finals. They're not going into any promotion playoff or anything. They're safe. But West Torres Bacala needed that win, and they secured it. Yeah,
a fantastic game. Look, the first half was fairly even. I mean, I think West Torres Bacala were arguably marginally better and went into half-time 1-0 up. But second half, West Torres Bacala, with a lot to play for, they're looking for a final spot, aren't they? Really put their foot down on the pedal and ran away with it in the end. But some great goals, wasn't there, Johnny?
Yeah, Mariah Upland scored some crackers. She scored 2 big goals.
Yeah.
2 that could be contenders for goal of the week and maybe into the year as well.
Yeah.
She's from distance, just no stopping that.
She doesn't do tap-ins, that lassie, does she?
No, she doesn't. Well, let's talk about big goals as well. Let's have a look at that big game. Is 11-1 win for Adelaide Comets. A massive result for them, and very disappointing for Adelaide City.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when we saw that result come in, most of us thought it was probably a typo, but yeah, 11-1, and we do wonder what happened there. It's obviously done significant damage to Adelaide City's goal difference as well. I think it's dropped down to about -8. But a big match for them this weekend when they have to face Bacala for a spot in the finals.
Yeah, when it's 4-0 at half time to a team like Adelaide City, your confidence-wise going into the second half isn't going to be there. So it's.
I've also got to say, Johnny, that we watched a game, a 6-6 game when they played Sturt, and Sturt hadn't scored for weeks prior to that, but Sturt got 6 goals that night, and I felt Adelaide City did look a little bit suspect at the back. That's just come into my mind there as we were talking about it. But,
well, now let's have a look at how that result has affected the ladder. Let's take a look at the ladder now as it stands heading into the final round. 17 games played. Adelaide City just sit out of the top 5 at the moment. They're in 6th place. They're actually coming up against West Torres Bacala this weekend, so they need nothing less than a win against them to make a final spot. So it's all in their hands, but the West Torres Bacala win means Metro United are out of contention for finals unless mathematically they can make it, but they need a 11-goal swing. So
yeah, it's
not going to be easy. So let's take a look at those upcoming fixtures for this weekend as well. On Friday night, it's going to be blockbuster simultaneous kickoffs, 8:15 this Friday night. Adelaide City, West Orange McKellar, we did mention that, but the other one that we need to look at is the Sturt Lion game against Football SA NTC. Football SA NTC need to get that win and stay in 4th place, but they should be making finals no matter what this weekend. But it's the Sturt Lions are probably the ones that are going to definitely be fighting harder.
Yeah, the equation's simple. Sturt Lions need a win to ensure that they don't automatically drop down into WSL next year.
Yep.
If they get that win, they'll be in the playoff for relegation, promotion from WSL.
Yes, and LA Uni, luckily for Sturt, are playing LA Comets, who just come off an 11-1 win. So you'd say that it's probably better chances for Sturt.
Yes, although funny things have happened, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Well, they did happen on the weekend.
Yeah.
So anyway, don't go anywhere. We've got the state leagues to cover, the final round action. Not too many surprises, but there were some finals, last minute final places that happened for State League 1. So we've got all that to talk about. Don't go anywhere. It is the local game.
It's a great day because we've just signed the extension with the club. So we Macron are extremely proud of this extension. When you sign a club, it's great, but when you extend a partnership, it's even better because it means that you have really found a great partner to grow together. And Australia is a very important market for us, so to partner with such an important club is really great for us, and it's the best way to grow our brand in this market.
Welcome back to the local game. It is great to have you back again. A lot of soccer talk to talk about, and alongside David Grant again. Got your glasses on, mate?
I have. I'll need them for the second part.
Yes, we can see clearly because we're getting to the great part of the season, the finals. And if you missed earlier, that we have just announced that we're doing a grand final show with a live studio audience. More details to come in the coming weeks. Stick around for that. All thanks to our sponsors in 35 Sterling in Theberton, AV Plus, Macron Sports Hub Adelaide, and also Shine Music and Entertainment. Well, it is going to be a great night. More details to come. And are you free that night?
I'm going to check my diary, but I'm certain I'll make a space for you.
We're going to have everyone down there, but there's more details to come. We can't wait to share what we're going to do. But anyway, let's head into the State League 1 on the weekend for round 22. Let's check out those results right now. Big results on the was on the cards. A couple of big games with the top place, but it didn't go the way of the drama that everyone was hoping. But as we have a look at those results, Blue Eagles and Cumberland United, a 3-3 thrilling draw down there. Probably, I think it was the only game that didn't have commentary. But the rest of the games did, which was fantastic to see. But that game there was almost a playoff for who gets third, who gets fourth, with the third and fourth playoff there. But you were on the West Adelaide game, a 7-0 win over Adelaide Victory, which secured West Adelaide at finals place.
Yeah, it was my first trip down to Kilburn, to their new ground down there at West Adelaide. Fine little stadium it is. I really enjoyed it down there. A 7-0 win, so really West Adelaide were comfortably on top in that one. George Katsagiannis scored 3. He'd come off scoring 1 the week before as well in the 3-0 win over Vipers the previous week. Got 3 this week. And then there was a couple of other goals, of course. But the highlight for me was the celebration of Peter Katsambis when he came on as a substitute and scored his goal. And you can see there from his celebration, he made his way over towards some friends.
Yes, what a celebration that was as well. Yeah. Maybe he's been waiting a long time to watch a game from Kilburn, so he thought, well, I've scored a great goal. I'm going to go watch the rest of the team.
Yeah. No, it was a good celebration and a convincing 7-0 win.
I was keeping a close eye on the live ladder. Cobras were in the finals for a little bit, but then a last-minute dash of goals from Salisbury United got them a finals place, the last one as well. Let's take a look at that ladder as we speak right now. 2 last-minute goals from Salisbury United, and the last one coming from Thomas Strain in the 95th minute. Crazy, crazy scenes down there to secure that win. But they just snuck into the finals, knocked out LA Cobras, but they're in 5th now.
Started the night in 5th place. At 6 o'clock they were 5th, and by 8 o'clock when the games were all finished, they dropped down to 8th. So a heartbreak for them, really.
And if you look at the top of the ladder as well, West Torrens Bacalla managed to clinch the win down there. Playford also clinched the win as well, but wasn't enough. Well, they played each other only a couple of weeks ago, and Playford lost that game to West Torrens Bacalla at their home. If they had gotten at least a draw out of that, they would have most likely won the league on the night.
That's right. And what else was interesting on the night that's just been was that Playford for about 15-20 minutes were actually top of the table because they were leading, where West Torrens Bacalla were still at nothing each. So for a little while, Playford were top, but it wasn't to be.
Yes, it wasn't to be. Well, let's take a quick look at the upcoming fixtures for this weekend as we get ready for the first knockouts. LA Blue Eagles taking on West Adelaide at Martin Sports Complex, and another clash on Saturday at AA Bailey Reserve. We will see Cumberland United and Salisbury United, Battle of the Uniteds. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, super excited.
Yes.
Finals is upon us.
Yes, it is. So look out for all that. Commentary on both those 2 games as well to add. Well, let's take a look at the State League 2 results from the weekend. Well, some big results happened on the weekend. Cove played Adelaide University. That was 3v2, and Cove managed to sneak in to 2nd place, get the week off. Adelaide Uni, what a big slide from what they were earlier in the year to now finishing 3rd.
Well, they were undefeated up until about halfway through the year, weren't they? And
they were.
A couple of slips here and there, and they finished up 3rd on the table.
They did, but the big one we've got to talk about, Pontian Eagles, a 3-2 win over Marlborough Vista, secured themselves the premiership for the year. Congratulations to them. What a great achievement there in State League 1 next year.
Yeah, they had a good closing half of the season, and they had a couple of big wins through the season and finished strongly at the end. So that's what happens, I guess, when you're on form is at the right time, at the crucial point of the season. Yes,
let's take a look at that ladder from the weekend as it finishes off the year. Bottom 2 in the league doesn't matter because there's no relegation, but Gawler Eagles down the bottom, followed by Adelaide Hills Hawks, Mount Barker United. And there we see at the top of the ladder, Pontian Eagles, the premiers for 2024. What an occasion. They just come out of nowhere and just taken over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They came strong at the end and at the right time. So that's why they've ended up there, Johnny.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at the upcoming fixtures for the first round of finals knockouts. Adelaide Uni, Eastern United, 2:30 kickoff. Adelaide University, Eastern United taking each other on. That's going to be a big clash. Modbury Vista hosting Northern Demons as well. So a big weekend of finals to kick off the first round.
2 teams from the north.
Yes, Battle of the North.
Battle of the North.
All right, let's head into the WSL now, where we'll have a look at the round 17 fixtures. 1 round to go, but it's a big result happened on the weekend for the Modbury Vista, who were looking to try and secure themselves that promotion playoff and were very successful. An 18-0 win over Croydon FC guarantees them a place in 2nd place, just below Campbelltown City. 5-point gap heading into the final round from Elizabeth Grove. Congratulations to them, and that also brings their goal difference to plus 100.
Yeah, well, Vista were always there or thereabouts, weren't they? They were right in the shadow of Campbelltown all season, so they've deservedly got that runners-up spot and a chance to have a crack at a playoff for a spot in the WNPL for 2025.
And we'll have a look next week to find out who they'll be playing. It's either going to be Sturt Lions or Uni, so we'll find out which one it will be. I think that a lot of people are saying it looks like it's going to be Sturt Lions. It's more in favour to be Sturt Lions if you look at numbers and past results, but who knows? Well, let's have a listen to my interview from the week. I'm here with the head coach of Manchester City Football School at Rostrevor and also the head coach of their First 11 side, Jamie Lee. Well, we're here right after the First 11 Grand Final at Service FM Stadium. A big win over CBC. Congratulations, first of all. How was the game and how proud are you of the boys?
Thank you, firstly, and well done to CBC to put on a good show. First 30 minutes, I thought it was a match full of nervous young lads. I really did. But then the game settled down. started to play some football, both sides, and then I thought we took control. And then obviously extra time, it petered out a bit, there wasn't much going on, and then my heart rate has now calmed down after that penalty shootout, because that was, it was an epic match, and it's a great showcase for South Australian schools as well. So.
Absolutely, there's some great young players that play across the NPL, the state leagues, in the under-18s, and a couple of senior players as well. But it's incredible to be able to see this type of next generation of players coming through the ranks. But the penalty shootout, your goalkeeper Noah Matthews, I think a lot of local clubs will be keeping a close eye on him for their senior team potentially, because he held his own in the penalty shootouts and saving the last 4 goals, the 4th penalty, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm really pleased for him. I have faith in Noah. I have faith in my other keeper, Quach, as well. We've got 2 unbelievable keepers, but Noah did his job for us. And yeah, you're right. Like, clubs will be looking at these sort of matches for not just Noah, for all players really. But Noah did his job. He's currently playing at Campbelltown 18s and on the bench for the reserves, I believe. But you're right. All players on that pitch. If I was an NPL coach or manager, I'd be watching this game thinking, oh, there's some good players here, and across all levels of first team football at these schools as well.
Well, he's in the right position because he's got Daniel Mullen, who's in charge at Rostrevor, and also the head coach for next season at Campbelltown City. So he's got the first step, hopefully, to hopefully taking that spot. But a long way to go. But it's great, great to see this talent on show. And like I mentioned, Daniel Mullen, Matt Mullen, another NPL player, and also Fabian Taladera, who had to leave early. He's got to play in LA United's friendly game tonight against Raiders. But having that lineup around you of talented footballers, having that coaching, how is that for you and also for these next generation of players?
Oh, honestly, it creates such a great environment. I mean, I'm the first team coach, but you're right, we've got Daniel Mullen, obviously now, congratulations to him for his new role. Fabian Taladera, and as an opposition coach, if you look across, you'll see Conor McLaughlin as well, who played Salisbury last year. Yep. We have our own first team physio as well, so the environment that's created actually makes running things so easy. And these boys, I hope they know how lucky they are to have that environment and have these people around them, because it certainly helps me with a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of football knowledge and opinions. So you're right, these boys are very, very fortunate. And
also fortunate as well, because if anyone with a keen eye will see the Manchester City logo on your chest, which is what you're here for as well. The Manchester City school program started last year. What's that involve, and what's the opportunities available for the kids?
Yeah, so I started here as part of the Manchester City Football School at Rostrevor in January 2023. And it's all about developing these young people. And now it's key to stress, we're trying to develop good people. We obviously want to develop them into good players, but we want to teach them good habits for life, not just their football career. So it's been running 1.5 years now, really successful. I think the players are pleased with it. They'll have sessions with me twice a week. We currently have 107 players in the programme, I believe. So it's across the years from year 7 to 9. And what we've managed to do is create a really good pathway for these players, both on and off the field. So, for example, they'll start with me if they choose to join this football school in year 7, and then up into the year 9 category where they may finish with me, and then in year 10 go into Dan Mullen's specialist football programme as well.
Brilliant. Well, what about parents that are looking to find the right school and fit for their kids? Manchester City, what can they look out for, and what kind of things can they do to try and get their kids into this school?
Oh, well, firstly, we say they have to be a Rostrevor student. Yep. We do have holiday clinics available in April and October, and we try and invite people from other schools as well, because we want to get the community behind this. But it's for Rostrevor students, the main programme. So whatever Rostrevor processes are, I'm not sure on that. But yeah, it's been really successful in attracting some players from the primary school, Rostrevor, but also the feeder schools as well.
Well, thank you for joining me, mate. Congratulations on the win. I'm sure the boys are going to be hard to try and settle down at school tomorrow.
Yeah, they will be. I'll let them enjoy this, but as long as they're not too complacent, because Tuesday we have a match against Sacred Heart in the Interco, and I know that's a big deal for these schools as well. So really pleased for them, enjoy it, but then we'll have to go again Tuesday.
Well, congratulations, mate. All the
best.
best.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Well, that was great. Well, we've got more still to talk about. The NPL round 22 action, plus Keko's Inbox returns. Don't go anywhere. It is the local game. Presentation night looming? It's been a long season, you deserve a break. Let AV Plus elevate your corporate events with exceptional audio. Relax, recharge, and let them take care of the sound. AV Plus, your audiovisual experts. Welcome back to the local game. It is great to have you on board. David, some magic. Yeah. What happened to the light earlier?
Wingardium Leviosa. I think the power was off.
Yeah, well, anyway, a flick of a switch, that's all that has to happen. And like a flick of a switch, the season is over, the regular season, and the finals are here.
Yeah, that's it.
Jeez. Well, a bright light sparked that the finals start next week. Let's have a look at those fixtures on the weekend, the results. Round 22, some great results happened. Well, if you love your football, we had a galore on Friday night. 6 games, simultaneous kickoff. We had 6 commentated games. That was incredible with 6 different commentators. That is the first time we've ever done that with all those different commentary teams on each game.
Yeah, and obviously the first time that we've had simultaneous kickoffs as well. It was all very exciting as we were checking live scores to work out what all the scenarios meant.
Yes, and thanks to Seb O'Neill as well, who set up a link that we could watch all 6 on our laptops, because that was very handy.
Yeah, I didn't use it.
I didn't use it?
No,
I did. I loved it. It was good. But that was very handy to do. Campbelltown City, they got a big win, 3-0 win over the Modbury Jets. That pushed them into second place. I was down at FK Belgrade, a 1-1 draw against Croydon SC. Both teams needed to win and needed LA United to lose. And it went a little bit down in energy at the start because they were 5-minute delay to kick off. By the kickoff actually happened, LA United had scored a goal, and news filtered down to the benches. They heard it from me as I was commentating that LA United had scored, and you could just see in their faces they were like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, well, I mean, Adelaide United needed the win to make finals football, and they went 2-0. They went 1-0 up in the second minute, courtesy of a goal from Joey Garuccio, tucked it away really nicely. And then Croatia Raiders pulled one back. Anthony Costa scored from the penalty box in the early in the second half. And then 87th minute, Ryan White pops up to sort of score a goal that kind of looked like he'd mishit the ball, but it doesn't matter how they go in as long as they go in. And that was a 2-1 win for Adelaide United.
Yes, and the funny thing was when Costa was going off for the penalty, I actually called it during my broadcast, and I could hear see players and the commentator, the coaches looking up at me and listening to it. Oh, there's a penalty, and then they were looking up and they score. It's an equaliser. Like, there's a chance down here now, and then you saw the intensity from the players on the pitch. I think it kind of went filtered down, which is cool. I love that kind of stuff. When Beograd scored, they knew they were making it into the finals, but didn't realise at that time that LA United had just scored only just a minute or two earlier. Yeah. So, but it just adds to that extra spice to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a thrilling night.
Well, let's take a look at how the ladder ends at the end of the season. Campbelltown City took that second place. Modbury Jets moved down to third, but Adelaide City was probably the most remarkable one. They were in the relegation zone only, it doesn't feel that long ago, and now they managed to finish with a home final.
Yeah, absolutely. Some comeback from them, wasn't it? Like you say, Johnny, they were down near relegation only a matter of 5-6 weeks ago, and there they are in finals now.
Yes, and we'll have to talk about the two teams being relegated, Adelaide Olympic and South Adelaide. Sad to see them go. South Adelaide are a good team. They just haven't been at their best this year, but ever since they were set to be relegated, they started playing some good football. They always play good football with the Rideout brothers up front as well. So it'll be sad to see them go. Also Adelaide Olympic, a great club. But I'm sure we'll see both of them back very soon. Yeah,
Adelaide Olympic, unfortunate for them, went down with the very last game of the season, of course. South Adelaide a few weeks earlier, and I covered a few games down at Sullivan's Beach at South Adelaide's ground, and they were good folk down there, so hopefully they bounce back quickly enough and get themselves back up into the NPL.
Yes, hopefully so. And same with the LA Olympic because I kind of like the late 7 o'clock kickoffs on a Saturday after a Dora game and go down for a mixed grill. So
yeah, good food there, no doubt.
But anyway, it will be great to see them try and come back in the next couple of years, both those two teams. But we have to mention Metro Stars, the premiers for 2024. They have gone back to back, so congratulations to them as well. Hard fought, and they also could have had it done last week, but managed to get it in the final week. Did it the hard way.
Yep, job done for them, and now they'll focus on finals. They've still got the title to win, haven't they?
Yes, they have, and their win also means that Adelaide Comets moved all the way down to 5th place, and they were sitting top place earlier in the season as well. So it's amazing how things just turn. That's what we love about football. Now it's time to look at the fixtures for this weekend. Big finals fixtures. Very excited for this. Marlborough Jets hosting Adelaide United. The grand final repeat. One of the two teams from the grand final are going to be knocked out this week.
Yeah, elimination, isn't it? So,
it is.
Yeah, somebody's gone.
And then Adelaide City, Adelaide Comets. Also, we know some great grand finals in recent years between those two. They're going to knock each other out. Almost like two grand final repeats from the previous years up against each other in the first knockout.
Yeah, great games. I'm really anticipating that hotly. I can't wait.
Oh, yes. Can't wait. It's finals football upon us. Well, time to move into Keko's inbox. Yes, that's Keko's inbox. It's making a return because earlier in the show, if you forgot, we mentioned that we had a game where you couldn't pronounce canapes. You pronounced it like this.
That looks like canapes and salmon and everything down there.
What the hell what's canapes?
We had a little incident where our table completely fell. One side of the table just dropped and went smash on the ground. And this is how it sounded like on the broadcast. And you could hear me saying, "Oh no," but in a weird voice. Let's hear that again. Nice again.
Oh no.
How weird is that? When I heard that, I'm like, what happened? Then I realised, I thought there was real time, like, what's going on? And I realised I pressed the button as it went down. But the one thing that freaked me out was, how did that table just collapse on us? Well, that's why we're in Keko's inbox. Someone sent something in where it's really just put the pieces of the puzzle together. Let's wind the clock back 24 hours before that game. We were Sunday night. Saturday night, there was the West Torrens Vicala taking on Vipers FC in what was round 22, where they became premiers. Let's take a look at the celebrations that happened after. Well, they celebrated, they do a table flip, and did you see, if you take a close look at it, the table flips, legs go whoop bang into. Yeah. So it's the West Torrens Vicala State League 1 side that ruined the legs for us.
Yeah, and our pride.
Yes. They well, thank you for that, and thank you for sending that in as well, because that is really just makes us understand what actually happened to that table, and that's why it collapsed. Listen to that bang again.
Oh no.
Oh man, I could listen to that every day. We were crying most of the commentary as well.
It took us a little while to compose ourselves after that, I must admit, and sorry for our lack of professionalism there.
Yes, well, but, I'm glad I got answers, because I was confused as to why that table just collapsed, but now we know why. Anyway, thank you for that. Antonius Pagonis now, we're going to cross the yin with Press for Time.
Couple of big moves in recent days, Johnny. First, at Campbelltown City, with Marco Matriciani's move to Melbourne City imminent. Daniel Mullen has been announced as next year's senior coach, a big opportunity for him. Meanwhile, Adelaide Cobras, Josh Smith has been announced as the technical director and will help select the club's new head coach.
Well, thank you, Antonius Pagonis. He's going to be joining us as well for the grand final show. I think we're going to do it live. Yes. Well, we'll get confirmation on that. But anyway, can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting. All thanks to our sponsors as well in 35 Sterling. Go visit them in Theberton. Also, AV Plus, great audio experts, and also Shy Music and Entertainment. Plus Macron Sports Hub Adelaide. All great sponsors being on board with us. I'm very excited for this. Very much looking forward to the grand final show. More details to come in the coming weeks. Invite only. And we'll tell you how you can get yourself a ticket. It is going to be fun. You're going to be there. Yes? No?
Yes, definitely. I can't wait. I'm super excited about it.
It's going to be good fun. Finals football. Enjoy the finals football action this weekend. And also the last round of the Go Sunny Solar WNPL and WSL. that's all from us this week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all again next week on The Local Game. Only a few weeks to go